Hey everybody, it's Susan with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell for you today. If you watched last week, I played in the Global Design Project challenge last week, and I decided to do it again. This week the challenge was to case the designer, and the designer was Brian King. And he happens to be one of the demonstrators that I've followed for quite a while now, so I was pretty excited that it was Case Brian King. So, he has a sample posted on their challenge, and I'll post that also on my newsletter next week when I put out the PDF. But these are very similar to layouts that he would work with. And his case had some stamped textured background with an expression and then one kind of image on the side. So actually the card I entered in that challenge is this one here, where I took the new Abstract Impressions stamp set and I used this fun flower stamp, and I stamped in 3 different pinks because I'm also playing in the Fab Friday challenge, which was to use Melon Mambo, Flirty Flamingo, and Powder Pink together in a project. So those are my 3 pinks. And so I did 1 layer of the Powder Pink, and then I did another with Flirty Flamingo, and then I did a 3rd one with Melon Mambo. And I would stamp and then stamp off and then re-ink and then stamp and stamp off, and I just kind of went across and up my page. And then I stamped my expression, and I added the butterfly, which is the new butterfly from the Springtime Impressions Thinlet. And I just mounted that on Simple Black and then on Melon Mambo, and ta-da, it was done. So that was that one. Then I decided, since I was playing with these colors and this layout, I would make another one but turn it the other way. And so this one I actually entered in the Fab Friday challenge, where we were supposed to use the 3 pinks. Same idea, I stamped the colored flower 3 times going up the page. I put my expression on, and then I added the butterfly again. And then while I was at it, I did a 3rd one, same idea. This one's a little more fuller with color. And then I decided just to stamp with black ink another impression of flowers here, and added the expression, "There's so much to love about you." So those are 3 pretty simple cards I made with the same card layout, same color schemes, and just created them. So today for the show and tell, I'm going to do 1 more card creation for you. I kind of came up with this one as I was thinking about how I wanted to use this set in some future classes. So if you stamp with me, you might make this next one with me when we stamp. So I'm going to use the same card layout again. I'm going to use a basic black card because I think this colors really pop on black. I'm going to mount on Melon Mambo. I'm going to stamp on Whisper White. And this time I'm going to use this flower stamp. Okay. And I'm going to use the same 3 inks, the Flirty Flamingo, the Powder Pink, and the Melon Mambo. And so this technique is called the triple stamp technique. So we're going to use 1 image, but we're going to use 3 colors, and we're going to let them overlap to do a background fill on the paper. So let's see how this works out. So I'm taking my lightest ink, my powder pink, yes, my powder pink, and I'm going to stamp this image repeatedly on my card. I'm leaving space between it because I'm going to go back and fill in with the other 2 pinks. Okay, so I can leave some white space. Now I am stamping ink to paper each time. I'm not stamping off for a lighter color. And so I'm just filling in, and I'm stamping with that active edge. Now I'm going to step up and use the Flirty Flamingo, which was an ink color, and then they moved it over to our regular color families. And so same idea, I'm going to stamp the 2nd pink kind of randomly close to where I put the other flowers because I want them to overlap a little bit, actively stamping on the edges and just filling in that white space. Now I can already tell that I'm going to want more of the lighter pink in there, but I'm going to add 3rd pink first. So this is the Melon Mambo. Now I'm not cleaning my stamp between colors because I'm working from the lightest color to the darkest color. But if I go back to do more of the light pink, I'm going to want to clean it off first. At least huff it off and stamp it a few times so that the ink is very muted on there. I don't want to overwhelm my ink pad, my lightest color ink pad, with the darker ink. So you see how it's coming together? I'm just filling in that white space with the third pink. So now I'm kind of slowing down to see where kind of my empty space is, to see if I can put another one in this color or if I need to go back to another color. So just take a second, analyze what you've stamped. So this was really kind of willy-nilly. I worked it with a lot of white space in between, and then I started overlapping the color. And actually, I think I'm going to leave it just the way it is. I'm not going to go back and fill in more. If you wanted to, though, I would clean the stamp and I would go back to my very lightest color and fill in some more of the white space, but I think I'm going to leave it on this one. So, triple stamping, okay, with one stamp, 3 colors, and that was pretty easy. Okay, so now I'm going to get my Memento Black out, and on the front of this card, I'm going to stamp, "If flowers were hugs, I'd send you a thousand." Well, you know, here we are. We stamped lots of flowers. So let's just go ahead, and I'm just going to stamp this right on top of my background that I just stamped. So a good solid image. Now you could stamp that and pop it up on a tag if you wanted to, but I've decided not to do that. And then I've pre-cut myself another butterfly that coordinates that, and we're going to put that on top. So let's go ahead and get this mounted on our pieces here. So I'm just going to use snail, and I'm going to mount that onto the Melon Mambo, just so we can tie in some of that pink from below, and then that's going to mount right on top of my basic black. You could pop that up on dimensionals if you wanted to. You could also add ribbon if you wanted to, but I'm keeping this one nice and simple because we've got all that color and that fun new image, so we're not going to really need anything extra. And then I've got my butterfly, and I'm going to use some mini dimensionals. I think I'll put 2 on there. 2 mini dimensionals on there. I'm just going to do the body so that way the wings on my butterfly can kind of bend up a little bit and be a little bit 3D-ish. The other thing you could do on this card, if you wanted to, is you could add some Wink of Stella, either to the background or to the butterfly to add that little bit of pop. You could also add some rhinestones if you wanted to, either randomly on the background or on the butterfly itself. So then it's a black card. We're going to do the liner. So I'm going to huff off my stamp here because my cleaning pad is not here. So I'm just going to huff and stamp until it's clean, or at least clean-ish. Okay. So I'm going to repeat that same pattern on the bottom of my inside here. So I'm going back to my lightest pink, and I'm going to stamp a few times across. Okay, and then I'm going to step up to the second pink, the Flirty Flamingo, put those in across the bottom, and then we'll go to the darkest pink and just finish it off with some bright flowers. So that's just repeating that same idea from the top, only I'm only doing kind of the bottom of the card. So, and if you wanted to, you could work with a mask so it was like a really straight edge across there, but I decided not to do that. Okay, and then on the inside we have this great "So happy about your happy news." So I think that's a fun card. I think people should get fun cards when things are happy in their lives, not just when things are going badly. So I'm just going to put that right about there. Perfect. And we're just going to put that on the inside of our card, and we'll center that. Put that down, and there we go. So another card design, kind of following the scheme of casing the Demonstrator. See, it's very similar to these other cards, and sticking with that color challenge. So 4 quick, easy cards you guys could case using the new Abstract Impressions stamp set. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember, all my tutorials are available on my newsletter, which you can subscribe to for free. The link is below, and the tutorials for this week's videos are on next Tuesday's edition. And I'd love a thumbs up, comments below. Let me know you're enjoying the projects I'm sharing. And check out those 2 blogs, the Global Design Project and then also the Fab Friday, and you can see not only my card posted, but all the other entries as well. So, have a great day. I hope you're enjoying the new catalog, and if you need any help, just reach out and contact me. Alright everybody, have a great day and happy stamping!